Welcome to today's entrepreneurship lesson. We're going to dive into essential concepts that will help you understand how to turn business ideas into reality, from identifying market opportunities to developing effective strategies. This lesson will give you the tools to succeed as an entrepreneur. Let's get started. For the first part of our business plan, we will talk about the owner and the business. This section covers important details like the name of the business, the owner, the business idea, and a brief description of what the business aims to offer. This foundation is essential to understand how your business will operate and what makes it unique in the market. So let's dive into the details. The business, we have the name of the owner. In the name of the owner, this section identifies the individual behind the business, establishing accountability and ownership. For example, the owner is Juan de la Cruz, while the business name is under which the business will operate, reflecting its brand identity and mission. For example, the business name is Juicy Blend Smoothies. And for the business idea, it is a concise statement that describes what the business intends to do or sell, highlighting its uniqueness. For example, the Juicy Blend Smoothies is a smoothie bar that provides fresh, healthy smoothies made from organic fruits, offering a nutritious alternative to fast food. And for the last part is we have the brief description. Brief description is a short overview that outlines the business goals, target market, and core values. For example, the Juicy Blend Smoothies aims to provide health-conscious consumers with refreshing and nutritious smoothies using only organic and locally sourced ingredients. We cater to people looking for quick, healthy meal replacements or snacks. Learn the first section of the business plan. Let's test if you really understand the lesson. This quiz is a multiple choice question. Please get your notebook and let's get started. Using the outline of the business plan in the owner and business section, go to your respective group and discuss the business idea that you want to pursue. For the next part of our business plan, we will focus on market analysis and marketing strategies. Beginning with the characteristics of our target market, we will explore demographic, psychographic, and behavioral factors to understand who our customers are, their needs and wants, and any specific circumstances that influence their purchasing decisions. So this analysis helps us to create tailored strategies that truly connect with our audience. Let's break it down. Market analysis and marketing strategies, we have the characteristics. First is the demographic. The demographic is the statistical data of the target audience, including age, gender, income, education, and occupation. For example, your target customers are 18 to 35 years old, middle-income professionals and students, primarily female, living in urban areas. So that is a demographic. Now, let's go to the psychographic. Psychographic is the insights into the lifestyle, values, interests, and attitudes of the target market. For example, our customers prioritize healthy living, are likely to exercise regularly, and value environmentally sustainable products. That is an example of psychographic. For the behavioral section, it is the analysis of how the target audience interacts with products, including purchasing habits and brand loyalty. For example, they purchase smoothies multiple times a week as a part of their post-workout routine or for quick, nutritious meals during their lunch break. While for the needs and wants, it is the identification of the specific needs that the business will fulfill and the desires that motivate purchases. For example, they want convenient, healthy food options that align with their fitness goals and dietary preferences, such as gluten-free or vegan choices. And for the last section, the specific circumstances, it is the current trends or situations that create opportunities for the business. For example, the customers seek convenient meal alternatives near gyms and universities, especially after workouts. Now you have learned the market analysis and marketing strategies section. For your quiz 2, let us test if you understand the lesson on market analysis and marketing strategies. This is a true or false questions. Are you ready? Performance task. Go to your respective group and continue the business plan you created by applying the market analysis and marketing strategies. In this segment, we'll delve into the 7 P's of marketing, which include product or services, price, place, promotion, people, packaging, and positioning. Each of these elements is crucial for developing effective marketing strategies that resonate with our target audience and drive the business into success. Is marketing mix. This is the marketing strategy that covers product, pricing, place, promotion, and other important aspects. So let's talk about the product or services. It is the detailed description of the products or services offered, including their features and benefits. For example, the Juicy Blend Smoothies offers a variety of smoothies made from organic fruits, with options for added protein, vitamins, and other supplements. And for the price, it includes the pricing strategy and how it compares to competitors while reflecting the perceived value of the product. For example, we adopt a premium pricing strategy with smoothies priced between 150 pesos and 250 pesos depending on the ingredients. While for the place distribution model is it is about the locations where the product will be sold, including the physical stores and online platforms. For example, we operate a physical store located near a gym and offer delivery through popular food delivery apps. Let's talk about the promotion. Promotion is a marketing strategy being used to attract and retain customers, including advertising, public relations, and social media. For example, the promotion strategies include social media advertising, collaborations with fitness influencers, and offering discounts to gym members. That is an example of promotion. Next is for the people. What is people? It is the description of the staff and their roles in delivering products and services, emphasizing customer service. For example, our staff will be knowledgeable about health and nutrition, ensuring excellent customer service and providing advice on product choices. Now, let's go to packaging. Packaging, it is the information about how products will be packaged, focusing on aesthetics and functionality. For example, we use eco-friendly, biodegradable packaging to reflect our commitment to sustainability. And for the positioning section, it is how the business is perceived in the market compared to competitors. Example, we position Juicy Blend Smoothies as a premium, health-focused brand offering customized smoothies with organic ingredients. Learn about the marketing mix. Let us have our quiz 3. For this quiz, you will identify which P is being described in each section. Are you ready? Very good. Performance task. Go to your respective group and continue the business plan that you created by applying the 7 P's. Good luck! We have talked about the marketing mix. Let us talk about the value proposition. So in this part of our business plan, you will be able to discuss the two components, which is the value proposition and the IDA framework. The value proposition highlights what makes our product stand out, like offering healthier alternatives. So when we say value proposition, it is a clear statement of the unique value that the business offers to its customers. So in this example, the Juicy Blend Smoothies offers a healthier, tastier alternative to fast food using 100% organic ingredients to support an active, healthy lifestyle. So that is the statement of the unique value that the Juicy Blend Smoothies offers to its customers. Okay? And then we will explore the AIDA. AIDA model is a very powerful marketing strategy to attract and convert customers by guiding them through the buying process. So when we say AIDA, A stands for attention, I for interest, and D for desire, and A is for action. Market analysis and marketing strategies. Let us talk about AIDA. So AIDA, A stands for attentions, I for interest, D for desire, and A is for action. AIDA framework explains how to attract and convert customers. So let's talk about attention. What is attention? Attention is the strategies to capture the attention of your potential customers. For example, we will use eye-catching ads with vibrant images of our smoothies on social media and outdoor billboards. So that is the strategy of Juicy Blend Smoothies to get the attention of their customers. Now, let's go to the interest. So when we say interest, it is the tactics to generate interest in the product through engaging content. For example, the tactics of the Juicy Blend Smoothie is to highlight the benefits of organic ingredients and showcase testimonials from satisfied customers. And for their desire, desire is building a desire for the product through emotional appeals and testimonials. For example, run campaigns showing how our smoothies help boost energy, improve fitness, and support a healthy lifestyle. And for their action, encouraging customers to take action, such as making a purchase, of course. So in their action, they will offer a limited time discounts and promotions. For example, buy one get one free to encourage first time purchases. How about you? What are the AIDA framework that you think you can apply in your business plan? Very good. Now that you have learned the value proposition and the AIDA framework, let us have our quiz 4. So in this quiz, you will match each description on the left with the correct term or example on the right by writing the letter in the blank space provided. Are you ready? Please get your notebooks and let us start answering the quiz. Good luck! Really ace the quiz. Now, let us apply the value propositions and AIDA in your business plan. Please go to your respective groups and try to analyze what is the value propositions and AIDA framework of your business plan. In this section of market analysis and marketing strategies, let us talk about the FAV. What is FAB. FAB stands for features, advantages, and benefits. The FAB describes the key features of the product, what makes them advantageous, and how they benefit the customer. So the first one is the features. When we say features, it is the key attributes of the product that make it appealing. Okay? It makes your product appealing to your customers. Example, our smoothies are made from organic fruits and include optional protein or vitamin boost. Now, let's go to the advantages. Advantages, these are the benefits that set the product apart from competitors. Example, Juicy Blend smoothies are healthier alternative to sugary drinks or fast food. And for the benefits is the positive outcomes customers experience from using the product. Example, customers can maintain a balanced diet and have more energy throughout the day. So that is FAB, features, advantages, and benefits. Can you repeat it? Features, advantages, benefits. Very good. How about competition? Competition in market analysis and marketing strategies is an overview of the competitive landscape, including direct and indirect competitors. For example, in the case of Juicy Blend smoothies, their competitors include other smoothie shops, cafes, and fast food chains offering healthy alternatives. We will differentiate ourselves with organic ingredients and customizable options. So that is the competition. That is the overview of the competitive landscape of the Juicy Blend smoothies. Okay? Do you understand? Very good. For the last part of market analysis and marketing strategies, we will talk about sales strategies. So when we say sales strategies, these are the specific methods for driving sales and increasing revenue. Example, in the case of Juicy Blend smoothies, they will focus on loyalty programs, influencer endorsements, and partnerships with gyms to offer exclusive deals to members. So that is their strategy to increase their revenue. Okay? I know you've learned a lot in this lesson. So for your quiz 5, you will identify the correct term or concept that corresponds to each description. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. And for your performance task, apply the FAB in your business plan, as well as the competition and sales strategies. I hope everything is going well with your business plan. If you have questions, do not hesitate to message me in our group chat. Good luck! In this section, we will focus on the finance summary, which outlines the financial aspects of your business. We will cover the sales forecast, your target daily income, the cost of goods sold, as well as operating expenses and fixed costs. Additionally, we will discuss the investment cost, the total capital needed, and explore possible sources of capital to ensure your business has the financial foundation it needs to succeed. So when we say finance, we are talking about money. Very good. The finance summary provides an overview of the financial aspects of the business, including sales forecast, cost, and required capital. For example, under the finance summary, the Juicy Blend Smoothies projects 2 million pesos in sales during the first year, with a total fixed and variable cost estimated at 1,200,000 pesos, yielding a projected profit of 800,000 pesos. Next is sales forecast. So what is sales forecast? Sales forecast is a projected sales figures based on market analysis and historical data. For example, the Juicy Blend Smoothies forecast selling an average of 3,000 smoothies per month in the first year, generating around 250,000 pesos per month in sales. While the target daily income is the average revenue needed per day to meet the financial goals. Okay, it is the average revenue needed per day to meet financial goals. So in the case of the Juicy Blend Smoothies, their target daily income is 8,000 pesos, which requires selling at least 40 smoothies at an average price of 200 pesos each. How about you? What is the target daily income of your business plan? Very good. Now let's move to the cost of goods sold, or we call it also as a COGS. What is a COGS? Of product or service. It is the direct cost associated with producing the product, expressed as a percentage of sales. Okay? It is a direct cost associated with producing the product. For example, each smoothie costs about 60 pesos to make, including the cost of fruits, supplements, and biodegradable packaging. So that is the cost of goods sold. How about your business plan? How much is the COGS of your product or service? Very good. In finance section, we also have the OPEX or the operating expenses. We also call it as a fixed cost. OPEX is an ongoing operational expenses, including the rent, the salaries, and utilities. Okay? It can include the rent, salaries, and utilities. These are operational expenses. For example, the monthly operating expenses of Juicy Blend Smoothies include 50,000 pesos for rent, 30,000 pesos for wages, 10,000 pesos for utilities, and 5,000 pesos for marketing, totaling 95,000 pesos per month. So that is the operating expenses of Juicy Blend Smoothies. Now let's move to investment cost. When we say investment cost, This is the initial cost required to start the business. Okay, this is the initial cost required to start the business, such as equipment and inventory. For example, the initial investment of Juicy Blend Smoothies is 600,000 pesos, which includes 200,000 pesos for equipment, such as blenders, refrigerators, and so on. And then the 100 pesos for initial inventory and 50,000 pesos for marketing. That is the investment cost of Juicy Blend Smoothies. After identifying the investment cost, we also have to know how much capital do we need. So when we say total capital needed, this is the overall amount of funding required to launch and operate the business. Okay, this is the overall amount of funding. For example, the total capital needed is 800,000 pesos for the Juicy Blend Smoothies. So that includes the initial investment and 3 months worth of OPEX or operating expenses. And we also have to know what are the possible sources of capital. What is possible sources of capital? This is the potential funding sources, including personal funds, or you will get a loan, and investments. For example, the capital source of the Juicy Blend Smoothies include 400,000 pesos from the owner's savings and a 400,000 pesos loan from a local bank, completing the 800,000 pesos total capital needed. Did you get it? I know. Okay, very good. Next, let us discuss the assumptions to the cash flow projections. So these assumptions are crucial for estimating how cash will flow in and out of the business, helping us inform, uh, helping us make informed predictions about the revenue, expenses, and profitability. By outlining key factors that affect our cash flow, we can better prepare for future financial stability and growth, of course. The assumptions to cash flow projections is the underlying assumptions used to estimate future cash flows. Okay, it is the underlying assumptions used to estimate future cash flows. So, the assumptions you make about sales, cost, and market conditions that affect your cash flow. This includes factors like customer growth rates, seasonal demand, or price increases. For example, in the case of Juicy Blend Smoothies, they will assume that sales will grow by 10% each quarter due to marketing campaigns and increased customer awareness. So prices of raw materials are assumed to stay stable for the first year. Did you get it? Okay, very good. So in this section of finance, we will dive into the 2 years cash flow projections, where we will outline expected inflows and outflows of cash over the next 2 years. So these projections are essential for tracking the financial health of the business, ensuring that we maintain a positive cash flow while you are planning for growth and managing expenses effectively. So the 2 years cash flow projection estimates of cash inflows and outflows over 2 years, providing insights into financial health. This is an example of a 2-year cash flow projection for the Juicy Blend Smoothies. For the month January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. They have, what do they have? They have sales, expenses, and then the net cash flow. So you have to add all of these to get the year 1. Year 1 sales, year 1 expenses, and the year 1 net cash flow. Okay. After adding the sales, the expenses, and the cash flow for the year 1, you will get a total sales of 3 million for the year 1 and a total expenses of 2,400,000 pesos for the year 1, and you will get the net cash flow for year 1, the 600,000 pesos. How did you get the 600,000 pesos? You have to minus the total sales for year 1 minus total expenses for year 1. So 3 million minus 2,400,000, you will get the total net cash flow for year 1, which is the 600,000 pesos. Okay, very good. And for the year 2, again, you have to add all the sales, all the expenses, and all the net cash flow for the year 2. So the total sales for year 2 is 3,600,000 pesos, and the total expenses for year 2 is 2,700,000 pesos. So total sales for year 2 minus total expenses for year 2 is equals to net cash flow for year 2, which is 900,000 pesos. Okay, very good. Lastly, we will review the personal financial data, which includes an overview of the personal financial resources available to support the business. So this section is important in determining how personal finances will impact business funding, ensuring that we have a solid foundation to sustain operations in the early stages of growth. Okay, so when we say personal financial data, this is the overview of the owner's financial position, which may impact business funding and decisions. Example, Juan de la Cruz is the owner of Juicy Blend Smoothies. So, Juan de la Cruz has personal assets of house, a residential property worth 1,500,000 pesos, a personal savings worth 500,000 pesos, a car worth 400,000 pesos, and also stocks and bonds worth 200,000 pesos. Jewelry and other valuables are 100,000 pesos. So the total asset of Juan de la Cruz is 2,700,000 pesos. While Juan de la Cruz has also a personal liabilities. So Juan de la Cruz has a mortgage, a house loan of 1 million pesos, a car loan worth 200,000 pesos, a credit card debt worth 50,000 pesos, and a student loan worth 150,000 pesos. The total liabilities of Juan de la Cruz is 1,400,000 400,000 pesos. For the net worth calculation, the total assets of Juan de la Cruz is 2,700,000 pesos. And we have to less the total liabilities to get the net worth. So the total liabilities of Juan de la Cruz is 1,400,000 pesos. So we will get 1.3 million, 1,300,000 pesos for the net worth of Juan de la Cruz. Okay. The analysis of personal financial data of the owner of Jose Bland is multi. Okay? The owner, Juan de la Cruz, has 2,700,000 in assets and 1,400,000 in liabilities, giving him a net worth of 1,300,000 pesos. So this financial stability indicates that one has a sufficient personal assets and savings to contribute to Juicy Blend smoothies and can use his savings as a potential buffer if the business requires additional funding in the early stages. Because building a business is not that easy. So you have to know if you are capable into building a one. Okay? Now that we've covered the basics of financial summaries, it's time for a quick quiz. This will test your understanding of key topics like sales forecast, COGS, OPEX, investment cost, and more. Take your time and do your best. Good luck! For the quiz 6, identify the correct term based on the given descriptions related to financial summaries. For your performance task, apply the finance outline we discussed. Good luck! In this section, we will focus on the operations and management of the business, starting with a SWOT analysis to identify our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we will also define the business vision, mission, and goals to guide our direction. And then we will outline the primary and secondary activity sets that drive daily operations and identify the human resources needed to achieve our objectives efficiently. Okay, so let's talk about the operations and let's talk about SWOT analysis. When we say SWOT analysis, what comes into your mind? Okay, SWOT analysis is a strategic planning tool that identifies the internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as external opportunities and threats. So the strengths and weaknesses, these are internal, inside your business. And when we say opportunities and threats, these are external, outside your business. For example, in the case of Juicy Blend Smoothies, the SWOT analysis, the strengths that they have is that they uses fresh organic ingredient sourced locally. Can you read number 2? Strong brand identity, focus on health and sustainability. Very good. How about the next one? Very good. And for the weaknesses, these are the weaknesses that they have. Please read. Okay, next one. Okay, and the last one. Okay, very good. So, what did you observe? Can you identify the strengths and weaknesses of your business plan or of your product in your business plan. Very good. How about for the opportunities and threats? So, for the opportunities, these are the chances. These are the chances that you can grab to make your business flourish. And for the threats, these are the risks that your business can face. Okay. So in the case of the Juicy Blend Smoothies, these are their opportunities and these are the threats that they think they will face in putting up their business. Now, in your case, do you think you can identify the opportunities and threats of your product in your business plan? Okay, very good. Since you now know how to do the SWOT analysis, let us understand the vision. So what is a vision? A vision is a statement describing the long-term goals and aspirations of the business. So in the case of the Juicy Blend Smoothies, their vision is to become the leading health smoothie brand in the country, known for promoting a sustainable and nutritious lifestyle for all. How about you? Do you have vision in your business plan? Okay, very good. Now, let's move to the mission. What is a mission? It is a concise statement outlining the purpose and primary objectives of the business. Example, the mission of the Juicy Blend Smoothies is to provide delicious, eco-friendly smoothies made from locally sourced organic ingredients, empowering individuals to lead healthier lives while contributing to environmental sustainability. That is the mission of Juicy Blend Smoothies. How about your business? What is the mission of your business? That's nice. Now, let's move to the goals. So when we say goals, these are specific, measurable objectives that the business aims to achieve within a set time frame. For example, for the Juicy Blend Smoothies, they will open 3 additional branches within the next 2 years. And they will also increase sales by 20% annually through marketing campaigns and new product offerings. Implement a customer loyalty program to boost repeat business. How about your business? What are your goals? That's nice. Under the operations and management, we also have the primary activity set. So when we say primary activity set, these are the core activities essential for delivering the product or service. Okay? Primary activities that is essential for delivering the product or services. For example, in the case of the Juicy Blend Smoothies, their primary activity set is that the first thing that they will do is to procure the procurement of ingredients, the sourcing of ingredients, and then the smoothie preparation following their standardized recipes, the order taking and customer service, of course, how are they going to handle customer orders, answering questions about the menu and offering personalized services. They also have to know how to store sales and delivery. In store sales and delivery. So in-store sales and deliveries, the processing payments through cash or mobile wallets for in-store customers, and for delivery orders, preparing the smoothie and packaging it for the driver. And of course, this is the important one, the quality control, ensuring the freshness of ingredients, cleanliness of the store, the customer satisfaction by maintaining high quality standards in the preparation of their smoothies. So that is the primary activity set of the Juicy Blend smoothies to deliver the products or services that they have. After the primary activity set, we have the secondary activity set. So secondary activities support the primary activities and are essential for the smooth operation of the business. Okay? For the smooth operation of the business. These activities may not directly contribute to producing the product or service but are critical to overall success. So, in this example, the secondary activity set of the Juicy Blend smoothies is that they will have their marketing and promotions. They will also have their inventory management, accounting and financial management, human resource management, maintenance of equipment, and store. Now that we have learned about the primary set activity and the secondary set activity, can you identify the primary and secondary activity set of your business plan before we move into the human resources needed? Very good. Now, let's talk about the human resources needed. So when we say human resources needed, we are talking about the staffs. Okay? So staffing requirements to ensure efficient operations, including the number of employees and their roles. For example, in the case of this Juicy Blend smoothies, they have to have a smoothie makers to which are responsible for preparing smoothies according to customer preferences, a one cashier that handles transactions and provides customer service, one marketing manager that will manage promotions, online marketing and partnerships, as well as a one part-time delivery driver that will deliver orders to customers within the city. So in total, the business will employ 5 staff members with the possibility of hiring more as the business grows. I know you're all excited for the quiz. So let's see if you truly understand today's lesson. Good luck! For your performance tasks, apply the operations and management outline we discussed in your business plan. Good luck! In the final section, we will explore the business bigger future plans. Here, we will outline long-term goals and strategies for growth. So typically, these bigger future plans include number 1, market expansion, number 2, product development, number 3, financial goals, number 4, operational efficiency, 5, sustainability, and the last one is we have talent development. Now, let's talk about the market expansion. When we say market expansion, this is the strategies for entering new markets or increasing market share in existing ones. While the product development is the plans for introducing new products or enhancing current offerings to meet the customer needs. While the financial goals is you are setting a revenue targets, profit margins, and funding requirements to support growth initiatives. And the operational efficiency is the improvements in processes and systems to increase productivity and reduce costs. Sustainability is the initiatives to adopt sustainable practices that align with consumer values and regulatory requirements, while the talent development is the strategies for recruiting, training, and retaining skilled employees to support business growth. Can you repeat what are included in the bigger future plans? Number 1 is we have market expansion, product development, financial goals, operational efficiency, sustainability, and talent development. Very good. So in the case of the Juicy Blend Smoothies, they are planning to have a expansion into new markets. They will open 10 new locations, launch of subscription services, bottled smoothie products for retail, and they will develop bottled smoothies to sell in local grocery store within 3 years. They will also have introduction of new product lines as well as will have a franchise opportunities. For the sustainability initiatives, they will have a transition to biodegradable packaging and source 100% organic ingredients by 2026. As for community engagement program, they will host monthly health workshops and sponsor local sports events. So these are examples of the bigger future plans of the Juicy Blend Smoothies. Now that we've covered all the key sections, you will use this outline to create your own business plan. If you have any questions or need further clarification about the lesson, feel free to message me in our group chat. I'm here to help, and I look forward to seeing your business ideas come to life. Good luck!